Hi, I'm Katrina from Katrina's Creative Heart. I'm here today with a quick tip on watercoloring with watercolor pencils. Stampin' Up! Carries these great watercolor pencils, and I had a customer ask me recently what are the different ways to use them. So I thought I would do a quick video and show you how. Today I'm using the Crafting Forever stamp set by Stampin' Up! I am using this adorable little container with the brushes in it. Okay, so I'm using this stamp because I thought the container would be a perfect thing to color for you to see. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this in a little bit here. All right, I stamped using the basic black archival ink, the image, onto a couple different pieces of paper. The first piece I did, I used the plain Stampin' Up! Whisper White 80-pound test paper. I'm not using the extra thick, which is a 100-pound test. I'm using the standard 80. Then I stamped on a couple pieces of the watercolor paper just to show the differences here. Okay, so starting with the standard Whisper White, I'm going to get my pencils out here, and they come in some great colors. Currently, these are the only colors we have. There's only the one set. They have not introduced any new ones. I don't know if there's any plans to introduce more colors at this time, but we're all hoping. I'm going to start with the orange here. Okay, so to begin, you just kind of go ahead and color. And you can color with these just like you would any other colored pencil and not worry about watercoloring with them, okay? So you can just color. Let me bring you in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. And I'm just coloring in, and you can leave it just like that, okay? But I like to bring in my blender pens. I will say, out of all of the methods of being able to watercolor, blender pens are my favorite, okay? So I'm just gonna bring out my blender pen and just start blending out the color. And as you can see, it smooths it out nicely. So even though I'm not a great colorist, it does come out looking pretty nice. And I've got my blending and my shading and my highlighting because I did not color in all of my white space. You see that? Okay. And then to clean your blender pen, you just have to scrub it off to get the color out. So that's that. All right, so now the other method I like to use is my Wink of Stella. Okay, I don't like to use my Aquapainters on the Whisper White because it does have a tendency to make your your paper pill and tear. So therefore, I don't use my Aquapainters other than on watercolor paper. But I will use my Wink of Stella, so I will show you how that looks. Again, just go ahead and color in your base. And I try to go heaviest on one side. Think about your sun coming in and lightening up the other side a little bit more. And then if you want it to have a rounded look, you keep your center with less color. Okay, so I bring in my my Wink of Stella, and again, just start blending out that color and drag it into the center. And remember too, watercolor does not have to be neat. As a matter of fact, you're going to have a much more artistic look. See? That's what the Aquapainter, or the, yeah, Stella, not the Aquapainter, excuse me. Stella. And I know you can't see this in the camera very well. I don't think I can capture it, but it is very, very shimmery. But as you can see, by keeping that center light, it gives it more of a rounded appearance of the vase. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in the watercolor paper. This I do like to use my Aquapainters on. Let's grab a different color. Let's try the Melon Mambo. Okay, so again, I'm just going to lay down some color, and I'm just kind of doing, because there's more texture to this, I kind of go in little circular motions to get my color laid down. And it takes a little more effort to put that color down in there. Again, just leaving that center open, and bring in my aqua painter. Alright, now we're spreading some color. My apologies. I didn't realize my pen wasn't putting out. But there you see. The heavier watercolor paper takes on the water much better. So that is using the aqua painter on the watercolor paper. Now, using the watercolor paper, I am going to use the blender pen again. Let's get the blender pen, and again, blend out that color. Drag it into the middle. So that's your blender pen. So here's your aqua painter, and here's your blender pen. I think on the watercolor paper you get a little bit more smooth blending with the aqua painter, where you have more lines with the blender pen, but again, both give really pretty results. And we'll do one more using Stella on the watercolor paper. Okay, Stella, here we are. And there it is, Stella on watercolor paper, and that works great as well. So here's Stella and blender pen on Whisper White, Stella on watercolor paper, aqua painter and blender pen on your watercolor paper. I hope that cleared up any questions you have on watercoloring on with your watercolor pencils. If you have any more questions, please pass them on. I'll be more than glad to answer them. Have a great day. Bye.